Let's get a view now from Maricruz Magowan, who's a political and economic strategist. She's with us now live from Washington, D.C. There's been a lot of talk about how President Obama will be constrained in the final 2 years of his presidency. Let's talk about the positives for a moment. What bills will the president actually be able to get through in the next 2 years?
There are 3 bills that he's talking about. One will be international trade. He wants to get the TPA. That means an authority to get into trade agreements without going through a lot of bureaucracy or red tape. I think both parties agree with that. Also, a tax reform. Both parties agree that that's a problem. And infrastructure improvements all over the country. We need to improve our roads, our bridges. They are in pretty bad condition. Again, it has support, bipartisan support. I think he may talk about that this Friday. There are other issues, of course, that are going to be more difficult to pass, like immigration, for example, or an immigration reform. Another thing that maybe he will consider is the Keystone Pipeline. Even the Department of State has stated that it's not a significant threat to climate change to approve that, go on with that, and also it will create a number of well-paid jobs. So probably he will seriously consider it this time.
You talk about the issue of immigration. President Obama said that he'd pass an executive order granting legal status to, 5 to 6 million immigrants. Why would that be so difficult, and is it wise for him to pursue the issue?
I don't think it will be wise for him to do that, because that will be being confrontational with Congress, and I don't think he wants to do that now. He can leave a legacy, which could be a good legacy or a bad legacy. If he wants to keep confronting Congress, nothing will be done in the next 2 years. But if he wants to start being more open to their suggestions and start with immigration, for example, start considering what the Republicans want, to control the border. That's what they are saying. Once you assure us that the border is controlled, then we are going to talk about the rest. All he has to do is to start the talks and try to see the other side, and I think immigration could be passed, and actually easier than it was previously.
Why the swing to the Republicans on Tuesday? Was this simply a referendum on President Obama's presidency?
Well, you're right, completely right, because it was not that the Republicans ran spectacular campaigns. That didn't happen. It was more the dissatisfaction of the people about President Obama's policies, not only domestic, but also foreign policy, and especially in the economic side. People are feeling it in their pockets. They have less money than they have 7 years ago. Even the ones that recovered their jobs, or the ones that didn't lose their jobs, they are making less money. And everything keeps going up, not as in any other countries with a high inflation rate. Actually, we don't have that, but still, food is more expensive. Gas was only $1.87 when President Obama started, and even now that the gas went down, it's still about $3, and it used to be close to $4 previously. So people are feeling that, and they are very dissatisfied. And in the foreign policy side, people are not feeling safe with ISIS, ISIL, Ebola, and they saw President Obama taking too much time to respond. So they are not happy, and that's what it was. It was a referendum on his policies.
Okay, Maricruz, good to talk to you. Many thanks indeed for being with us.